don't second guess. Unapologetic, we're bold and we're loud, shining light on the left shady crowd. Oreo Express, rolling down the track, exposing the lies, ain't no turning back. Conservative fire, we're speaking the truth. At Oreo Express, this one's for you. So grab your boots, let's take a stand for freedom, faith, and the heart of this land. Oreo Express, let's roll, let's go. So grab your boots, let's take a stand for freedom, faith, and the heart of this land. Oreo Express, let's roll.
I hear every day about the products you all wish MyPillow carried. Well, guess what? I hear every day about the products you all wish MyPillow carried. Well, guess what? We probably do. Slippers, bathrobes, pet beds, blankets, mattresses, sleepwear, loungewear, duvets, comforters, pot holders, aprons, oven mitts, and so much more. And they're all on sale. For example, get our best-selling standard MyPillows for only $14.98. Body pillows, $29.98. 6-piece bath towels or kitchen towel sets, just $29.98. Multi-use MyPillow 2.0s with pillowcase, $9.98. Save $40 on our Spring Percale and Giza Dream bedsheet sets. Any size, any color, and so much more. So go to MyPillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use your promo code to save up to 80% on all MyPillow products. And I've never done this before. When you spend $100 or more, you're going to get 2 standard MyPillows absolutely free.
That's right. Absolutely free, folks. Head over to MyPillow.com. They have a large selection. You are buying American-made product from an America First company. So go ahead and go over there to MyPillow.com. Use promo code Oreo. It also helps out our platform here, and we want to say thank you for shopping over there. Welcome back. Thank you for tuning in. Whew, what an afternoon. We've been running like crazy. I tell you what, I'm going to rant for a minute. I went in. So I'm having an issue with transferring some of the funds for the hotel, so I had to run into the bank. And I go into Wells Fargo right now. And I'm like, there's about 12 people in line. So I was like, well, I got to hurry. I got church tonight. I still got another show to do. I got to go to a whole nother bank. And I'm in line, and they only got 2 tellers. They got a manager, a supervisor, and then they got like 3 people at their desk, and then they got 2 other employees almost doing spring cleaning. And we're sitting there, and we're in there for about 10 minutes, and the line has not moved. The same 2 are up at the same 2 tellers. And then this lady walks up to a teller, and she's kind of adjusting her screen and doing all this. I'm like, man, open up some more windows here. And an elderly lady, 2 people in front of me, she goes, I just can't do it. I just can't stand here all day. And she takes off. And that's about the only time the line moved up for the first 15 minutes. And then we start going, and I'm like, and then the people there. So somebody asked for a roll of change that was like 10 people in front of me, 8 people in front of me. And so the guy just moseys on back over to the corner, comes back. I was just like, there was no urgency. Like, hey, we got a pretty long line here. Let's get these people moving. Let's have some customer service. And it was just frustrating. So I didn't get to finish that because I had to rush home right now. And I'm just like, man, customer service these days just suck. I guess they figure, you know what, you have to depend on us. And I don't use them for a whole lot. The only reason I originally had them is because Rumble is out of Canada. When I used to receive checks from Rumble, other banks would charge me a processing fee because it's a Canadian company, even though it's based out of New York. It makes no sense. And so I added an account over at Wells Fargo so I wouldn't have to pay $30 because sometimes those checks were $120, $150, and you're putting 20% of your check towards a fee. And it was just crazy. But once again, we are here live. So that's my Rumble. All right, that's my rant for the day. I want to say thank you for everybody tuning in. Let me see who's in here. Jan Garner's in the house. Hello, Jan Garner. Trina's in the house. Rob Wallace, Nola, KLM79. Thank you guys for tuning in. Susan K. Spencer, JH Candy Bar. Somebody's baking today. Somebody making a blueberry pound cake. Check that out. And let's go down here to the bottom and see if we have some new ones. Patricia Joy, how are you? Thank you, guys. Karen Sunflower in the house. Gold card Karen. And Rob Wallace says, I hate Wells Fargo. I do too. I use a credit union here locally, which I can walk in and out of there. It doesn't matter, payday, Friday, whatever. If I need to go in and do that, I could just run in and do that. But hopefully what I'll do tomorrow is wake up first thing in the morning. We got a show, I think, at 10. So I'll wake up when the bank's open, run down there and see if I can get that room secured if everything works out good. As long as nothing happens, right? So we got some stuff to talk about. Since we talked about earlier, we talked about Trump's message to Gavin Newsom and federal funding. Well, the CIF issued a statement after that, and it's an admittance to guilt. It's an admittance to guilt. And I want you to see how it's wording, saying that those girls that lost to the boy are now going to be allowed to come to Clovis for the state finals and compete against the same boy. I'm not lying. We're going to get into all that. Also, some previews of Seattle. Expected to get a little crazy outside City Hall. There is some pictures we'll show you where the City Hall meeting is going on right now, but the streets are blocked off all around City Hall. That's not because of Christians. That's not because of right-wingers. That's because of Democrats and their, I guess you could say, an arm of their party called Transtifa. We covered this yesterday. I just thought it was funny because now lamestream media is covering it. Listen to this. You know, Democrats are so out of touch with you, me, and everybody else. Seems like the only people they resonate with are the extreme far left, the people that create violence. Take a listen to this.
Majority, we'll see.
So we mentioned new voters, which is also young voters, another way to say that. And now I want to talk about men. And here's something from the New York Times. This is written by our friend of the show, Shane Goldmacher. The prospectus for one new $20 million effort obtained by the Times aims to reverse the erosion of Democratic support among young men, especially online. It is codenamed SAM, short for Speaking with American Men, a strategic plan, and promises investments to study the syntax, language, and content that gains attention and the virility in these spaces. It recommends buying advertisements in video games, among other things. So you're the man here. I will not mansplain you. All I will say is, duh.
Yeah, I know. Look, they should have probably recognized this a couple of cycles before when this trend was growing very apparent. This was a huge problem for them in the past election cycle, and they need to figure it out because right now the Democratic message is really all over the place. What do they exactly stand for as they head into the midterm elections? But right now it's a hope, really, among the Democratic leaders that voters will recoil what they view as overreach from the Trump administration. They will make the argument that they need to be a check on Trump's power and to use Trump's push to move ahead with this so-called big, beautiful bill, which rail about the tax cuts and that do benefit wealthy taxpayers, also other taxpayers too, but that does have an impact for them, and the impact on lower income working class voters, the healthcare cuts that they can face. Can they make that effective argument to win back the majority? We'll see.
So once again, $20 million to create something to communicate with young men. Learn how to communicate with young men. If you have to do that, there's already a problem. How about doing policies that aren't anti-women, that aren't putting illegal aliens ahead of American citizens? How about you try some of that? Because just because you think they're young and dumb, there's a lot of those folks that have caught on who were once apolitical, if you will, and thought everything was stupid. They might even have believed all the gimmicks that legacy media was trying to put on Trump, oh, he's a Nazi, he's this. And then they realized, wait a second, his policies work for America. And I just thought it was funny. I wanted to share that with you again. 20 million. And now we have Democrats, the same Democrats that want to figure out how to reach young men. And they're going to do it by video game advertising. Now they are threatening to weaponize the government to go after Elon Musk if the Democrats retake the House. Can't make this up. They're saying it out loud. Take a listen.
I think your viewers at home need to know is we need to take 3 steps. 1, make sure that Elon Musk doesn't get to just pretend that he's stepping back. We need to hold him accountable. 2, everyone needs to know that it's illegal for Elon Musk to stay a federal employee past May 30th. That's what federal law says. And 3, Democrats need to make clear we're not going to go easy on this guy if we retake the majority. We can use our subpoena and investigative power in a majority to look into Musk or any other billionaire that has broken any criminal laws, enriching themselves using the power of the White House. So what I think your viewers...
So they're already planning, saying the quiet part out loud. And if you don't believe they'll do it, I just want to take you back 4.5 years to when the Biden administration took over and literally was persecuting anybody they could that had conservative values, anybody that was a loud voice, any investigative journalist that was uncovering stuff. I mean, the FBI raided journalists' homes. You can expect that again if they take over and do that stuff that he is saying to the House. How about this? This is sad. Tracy Walker, a teacher in Alabama, was arrested after parents picked up their four-year-old guys, daughter from school with a blood alcohol content of 0.28. That's almost 4 times the legal limit for an adult here in California. I think 4 times would be 0.32. So it's more than 3.5 times the legal limit in California. The girl told detectives that her walker had given her a drink that made her feel sick. The girl spent 2.5 days in ICU after her family says she ingested a large amount of ethanol. Take a listen to this.
A condition of her bond. Her attorney asked the judge today setting a $25,000 bond for Mobile County public school teacher accused of giving a drink containing ethanol to a 4-year-old student. The Collins Road Elementary School student was rushed to the hospital back in April, where doctors say she had a blood alcohol content level of 0.28. The judge ordering the defendant, Tracy Walker, to submit to a drug and alcohol test as a condition of her bond. Her attorney asked the judge for a reasonable bond and argued that she's an achieved 10-year employee with a bachelor's and master's degree from the University of South Alabama with no criminal history. Walker is due back in court for an arraignment. She has been placed on administrative leave.
Could you imagine picking up your 4-year-old child? 4 times the legal limit almost. Oh, man, we need to just revamp the whole education process. I'm just telling you. And then these people pretend they're the victims because of all that stuff. So you know what's going around right now? And it's funny, the timing of this, when the FDA is working on not forcing or at least recommending you to get the COVID jab, COVID has resurfaced. This article, and I've seen articles all day long from different things, New York Post, New York Times, you name it. This one was from the San Francisco Chronicle. A new, highly transmissible variant of the coronavirus known as NB181, guys, was detected in California and several other U.S. states, prompting concern among public health experts. Now, there is a lot of things going around. We can't confirm them, that there's a lot of hospitalizations in China because of this variant known as NB181. But they talked about prompting concerns among a lot of public health experts. I think for me, what I need if they want to do articles and they want me to take them seriously, are these the same health experts that said you better get the jab, you better wear a mask, you better social distance, and you better not be around your family at holidays? Because if they're those public health experts, I want to do the opposite. I just find this is amazing, and you're going to see this leveraged against the Trump administration and conservatives in general over the next few weeks. We'll see how long they can drag it out, but you're going to see this as, oh, they want to kill Americans. They're doing it again, all these things. It's funny when they bring up statistics about COVID and say Trump killed all these people, and the truth was, more folks died from COVID under Joe Biden than under the Trump presidency. And if you remember, as soon as Biden got elected and he was in office, or selected, sorry, and he was put in office, what we have? The tickers went away on the bottom of CNN about how many people, the specials, even nurses and doctors stopped making TikToks where they were overwhelmed. Remember all those TikToks we were seeing? Like people were just getting pissed off. Like in the halls of the hospital, these people were dancing and doing TikToks. And then we turn on the news, they're overwhelmed. Their mental health is deteriorating. Dead bodies are sitting in the hallways. How the hell are they making TikToks in the hallways then? Crazy, crazy. But it will be weaponized. It will be weaponized. Mark my words. Check this out. Gavin Newsom. We're witnessing, listen to this. We're witnessing a significant progress on public safety since launching a joint CHP headquarters operation last year in Bakersfield, Oakland, and San Bernardino. Enormously proud of our law enforcement work to restore a sense of safety to communities across the state. This is his little tweet here. It says, public safety progress. California Highway Patrol joint operations since 2024 in San Bernardino, Bakersfield, and Oakland. Now this looks like all, flowers and roses, doesn't it? 6,700 arrests, 4,800 recovered stolen vehicles, and 313 illegal firearms seized. But you know what he doesn't tell you? How many of these people's charges were dropped? How many of these people didn't get prosecuted? And how many of these people are already back on the streets? You know as well as I know. It's California. They're not going to put people behind bars that deserve to be behind bars. And so this, again, is it's just a fluff piece. It's just a fluff piece. It's just crazy. ABC7 reported that President Trump is moving forward with a plan to turn Alcatraz back into a federal prison. We're not going to spend a whole lot of time on that because we might have some stuff breaking here shortly in Seattle, so we don't want to take up too much time. But some people said he was just posting about this, that it would never come to fruition, but it looks like he's putting in at least an effort to see what it'll take. And you guys know when we talked about, I don't know how many months ago it was, 5 months ago, about New York City, and they put in their congestion pricing program, and it was, we played some, even TikTokers. We were playing videos of TikTokers, other live streamers or independent journalists going through the areas where they had the congestion pricing, and nobody's out on the streets, nobody's going inside and outside the stores. And people thought it was really wrong of New York to do. So President Trump put into action something to stop congestion pricing. And of course, the Democrats of New York that are facing a significant budget shortfall like California, they pushed up against it. And it now says, again, we love the federal judges, right? A federal judge has temporarily blocked the Trump administration's effort to force New York City to end its congestion price programs. So I'm going to pull this up for you, and it says Judge Lewis, let me put this on the screen right here. Judge Louis Lindman granted a temporary restraining order Tuesday, barring the Trump administration from withholding federal funds, approvals, or authorizations from New York state or local agencies to enforce compliance with its demand to terminate the tolling program. The order is in effect until June 9th. The development comes after the Metropolitan Transportation Authority, which operates the toll program, sought a preliminary injunction to prevent the federal government from withholding approvals or funds for continuing to collect tolls after the U.S. Department of Transportation reversed course and pulled federal funding of the congestion pricing program earlier this year. In his order, Lindman said the Department of Transportation and Federal Highway Administration are temporarily restrained from taking any action to implement or enforce compliance after rescinding federal approval of the toll program. So once again, I don't know anything Trump has done that we haven't had a judge or Democrats in general sue him for something and have a judge at least temporarily halt it. Check this out. This is Donald Trump being Donald Trump. He truthed this earlier. You guys know we talked about the Golden Dome system for national security. It's something that Trump wants to do. He's talked about it. Again, another promise made, promise kept, if you will. He talked about it when he was campaigning. He put this out today. I told Canada, which very much wants to be part of our fabulous Golden Dome system, that it'll cost $61 billion if they remain a separate but unequal nation, but will cost $0 if they become our cherished 51st state. They are considering the offer. Now, I don't want Canada to become the 51st state. There's some provinces in Canada I wouldn't mind adding to the United States. But Canada as a whole, we learned so much. And how, I mean, a lot of parts of Canada are like Oakland, are like San Francisco. We learned that during the truckers convoy that we covered every day while that was going on. So no thank you to that. But there is some places there that I'm willing to work with. I don't know why I'm yawning. I got a long evening ahead. It's too early for this, guys. GM to invest $888 million in Tonawanda propulsion plant. This is part of the Trump effect, guys. It says today marks the largest single investment the company has ever made in an engine plant and makes Tonawanda the second GM propulsion plant to produce this new generation of engines. So $888 million, promises made, promises kept. This is what we talked about when we were saying, vote for Trump. You will see investment into this country. You will see the focus being made in America for those items that we can. So now we're going to talk about it a little more, and we'll check for an update. When I got on here, we haven't heard a response from Gavin Newsom on Trump's threat to take away federal funding if they allow a male to compete right here locally in Clovis, California. We have a protest set up on Friday and Saturday because we have a male competing against females in California that has knocked some of them off their opportunity to get a state championship. But CIF is admitting guilt, but we'll talk about that in a minute. Take a listen.
Was that I truly believe that whether you are
you going to listen to these people,
win the women's division or take money, I don't think so. So I don't understand the what you're upset about. Like, are you mad because instead of 900th, you're going to take 900th and first because a trans woman maybe beats you?
I'll allow you to.
So there's been multiple women, not just in California, over the last 3 weeks that have lost a podium spot, have lost first place, and have lost opportunities to move into the next round of the finals because of a male pretending to be a female. This isn't a joke. Remember when they said, oh, this hardly ever happens, and we have multiple states. We had Illinois, Oregon, and California all in the last 3 weekends.
Respond to that, Natalie.
Yeah, I mean, I find it very demeaning. Amateur women are very strong. We come into these races dealing with, tons and tons of difficulties, of challenges. We all have full-time jobs. We all have families. We have difficult work schedules. We have parents that we're caring for. We're not professional athletes, but that doesn't mean that our value and our work that we put into what we do is any less worthy of integrity in our race result. That's really why I kind of came to this discussion in the first place, was that I truly believe that whether you are at the front of the pack winning the race or, the very last finisher across the finish line, you deserve integrity in your result to be able to say, this is how I stacked up with my peers on this day. And
I know that bigger picture, it's important for you as a runner to stand up for other athletes and other female athletes and runners for fairness in the sport. Some of these positions that are attacking you appear to be attacking you, saying that you don't want transgender athletes in the sport. You're saying you just want biological males to compete against biological males and biological females against biological females. We appreciate you coming on. We've spoken to a lot of very important voices in this story, and the poll after poll shows that there is strong support all over the country to keep the genders separate when it comes to competing these sports for fairness and for safety in many cases as well.
Well, let's move on. Let's talk about this a little more because we covered what Trump said today. And I just find it absolutely, let's see, there was a new post here. I was seeing if that was a new one. So CIF came out after Trump's statement. I just love this. CIF came out and said that, I want you to read this. This was after Trump made his statement about pulling federal funding for the state of California if they do not make it fair and allow women to compete against women, biological females against biological females. And listen to what they said. At the conclusion of CIF's sections track and field qualifying meet this past weekend, the CIF made the decision to pilot an entry process for the upcoming 2025 CIF State Track and Field Championships. Please see the following statement. Listen to this. This is just insane, folks. It said the CIF values all of our student athletes, and we will continue to uphold our mission of providing students with the opportunity to belong, connect, and compete while complying with the California law and education code. With this in mind, the CIF will be implementing a pilot entry process for the 2025 CIF State Track and Field Championships. Now, I want you guys to know that championship is being held a mile away from the Oreo Express studio. And we've been talking about this for a couple weeks. This is nothing new. We've talked about it for a lot longer than a couple weeks, but CIF has had a long time to not allow a biological male to compete against a biological female. And then it says, under this pilot entry process, now you're going to have to wrap your head around this one. Any biological female student athlete who would have earned the next qualifying mark for one of their sections automatic qualifying entries in the CIF state meet and did not achieve the CIF state at-large mark in the finals at their section meet was extended an opportunity to participate in the 2025 CIF State Track and Field Championship. The CIF believes this pilot entry process achieves the participation opportunities we seek to afford our student athletes. So, right there, in their own words, they're admitting that biological females didn't move on to the next level because they had to compete with a biological male. So I love the admission there. Next, they sit there and they say, now we'll give them a consolation prize. They get to go to the track meet in California, in Clovis, and compete against the same male that they lost to. Think about this for a minute. This is insane. And then it says at the end, CIF believes this pilot entry process achieves the participation opportunities we seek to afford our student athletes. Guess what? They're not looking for participation trophies or participation opportunities. They want to compete with biological females. They've worked for years to get to this point. And now, because of California and our education code and Gavin Newsom and just the majority Democrats in this state, we are taking that away from biological females. We are erasing women's sports as we know it. If, I don't care who you are. If you are okay with this, you have some serious issue. I know the people that are okay with it, the mentally ill ones that we see at these protests. We know they're all for men competing in women's sports. We know they're for men being in girls' lockers rooms. We've seen it. But they are not the majority. We voted for Trump to fix this, remember? And he did. He signed an executive order. We showed you him signing that executive order the day it was signed, and we showed it to you earlier today in our first podcast. And this is where we are at. Let me pull this up really quick. Again, if you guys would do me a favor on X, and my pinned tweet is right here. It's the top tweet this weekend, both Friday and Saturday, at Buchanan High School in Clovis, California, at Veterans Memorial Stadium. That's on the northwest corner of Nice and Minnewawa. We are going to be holding a protest Friday, May 30th, 1:30 to 3:30. That's day one of this track meet. And day two of this track meet, Saturday, May 31st, 3 to 5. And you guys, if you need more information or you're local, you're from Sacramento, you're going to be bringing a carload down, let us know. You can email us at oreoexpress@yahoo.com. Again, males do not belong in female sports. And I will see if there's anything new about this since we did that, and then we will move on. I can't believe we're living in this world right now. I feel bad for all those girls that work so hard. I would almost encourage all those girls, when the race starts, not even to race. Let that male run alone. Don't even compete in the long jump. Don't compete in all those track and field sports that you've worked so hard to do, because, again, you have to take a stand. You have to, and I'm sorry that you students have to, because the adults and the fathers have been worthless over the last 15 years since we've been screaming from the rooftops. This isn't something new. This has been going on. This is how I got my start in politics, was at the school board meeting. And you know what it was? A lot of mama bears and a lot of grandmas. Hardly any men showed up. I heard them say, oh, there's going to be a boy in my daughter's locker room. Well, go sit on your fat ass in your backyard and drink another Bud Light. Because you weren't there, and look at where we are now. And that is just how I feel. That is absolutely how I feel, because, again, we sit there, oh, well, I don't want it to affect my job. I don't want it. You don't care if it affects your daughter. You don't care about your community. That is just the truth. That is just the truth. Let me go pull this up and see if Gavin Newsom has said anything about it. I know he was having a call with President Trump today. Let's see the last one. Nope, it's not under his personal account. Let's go to Governor. He has ignored this today. All he's doing is these emergency things about fire warnings. Well, maybe we should make sure we're doing things to prevent them from spreading. Fires are going to start. It's how bad they spread that matters and how quick you can get your team there. I don't see anything from there. Let me try if there's anything new from Rapid Response. And most likely we are going to do a premium live after church tonight because we will have a lot of updated video from the protests going on in Seattle. So make sure that'll probably be about 8 to 8:15 Pacific. Nothing. Yeah, I was just checking to see if there's any updates. There is not. So with all that going on, I just wanted to share something else that's related to this story. The American Association of University of Women. Sounds like that's a girls group, huh? Which supposedly advances gender equity for women and girls, is now offering college scholarship programs to those who identify as female. What that means is they're offering males scholarships. They literally are the American Association of University Women, and they're offering male scholarships. Take a look at this. I'll pull this off the bottom here so you guys can read the highlighted area. It says, scholarship for spring 2025, information for graduating senior women, and it has an asterisk after women from Acalanos, I don't know how to say that, and Miramonte High School. The AAUW OML branch offers one $2,000 scholarship to a graduating young woman at each of the high schools who enriches her school community, demonstrates a sustained commitment to community service, and maintains a grade point average of at least 3.5. Who's available? High school community service scholarship directions, high school application form, those who identify as female. Look at this is St. Mary's College High Potential Program. Again, $2,000 scholarship. Who? Why do they have to put an asterisk by women? If trans women were actually women, you wouldn't need to put an asterisk there, right? This is just insane, guys. This is just insane. Hey, and guys, don't forget, if you guys want to help out, we are heading to DC in about 2 weeks. 2 weeks and 2 days. We will be hopping aboard a plane, leaving California, heading to Washington, D.C. We'll be covering some stuff on the ground, and most importantly, and including the military parade. It's going to be an epic time. We will be there. And again, we need your help on some of the supplies, some of the things that go on down there. And we are 100% viewer funded. If you would like to help out with our travel, it's Venmo at Oreo Josh, Cash App, $ Oreo Army, and givesendgo.com/Oreo 2024. Your help is greatly needed and it's greatly appreciated right now. We want to make sure that we get down there and we're not stranded. So I want to say thank you to all those that have donated. We also have a Zelle link. If you want to use Zelle, you can go to our website, theoreoexpress.com. And when you do that, there is a donate now button on our homepage. If you just scroll down a little, click that. And we appreciate the help more than you know, guys, more than you know, and want to say thank you. So that's coming up a lot sooner than we think. So it's going to be great. So we've covered Seattle pretty intensely the last couple days. We told you earlier that if you're a Christian and you support family values, the Seattle Times headline calls you a fascist. Now there is calls after there was arrest made for these people being violent, trying to disrupt and even assaulting members of the Christian group, and they were arrested. Now there is calls for the mayor to resign. I want you to, this was KIRO that said calls grow for Seattle mayor to step down after weekend arrest. We told you this was coming. He already tried to bow down to the Transtifa group, and that didn't work. If he wants any advice, he just needs to go back a couple years and look at the Portland mayor, Ted Wheeler. Like, he literally was part of Antifa, and Antifa literally tried to burn down his apartment complex. We were live that night, or his condo, whatever it was. They literally lit a fire in the lobby of his complex. And there was never any accountability. There was never anything. Well, these people don't like accountability, so they're going to protest, because what happens if they're loud and crazy and they become a nuisance, then there'll be stand-down orders, is what has happened in the past. I hope that's not the case. You've seen the Seattle police officers came out against the violent attacks of Antifa. And then this was interesting. Har Dylan, who is U.S. District Attorney for Civil Rights, retweeted Andy Ngo's tweet. And I want to show you, it says, Andy Ngo, mayor of Seattle, Bruce Harrell, has released a statement written by Jamie Housen, his director of communications, condemning the Christians for holding a worship event at a public park in the city. The event was violently attacked by Antifa and Transtifa. Now, mayors can't decide what political aisle you're on and tell you where you have to dictate or where you have to hold your events. But after learning that the mayor said this, the person that set up the event put out screenshots that the original place they chose wasn't able to accommodate their rally, so that the mayor's office literally recommended this park. And Harmeet Dylan says, to deny a group a permit to pray in a public space because of crowd reaction is the classic heckler's veto, which is barred by the First Amendment. Seattle's mayor clearly needs an education in viewpoint discrimination. Good stuff, right? Good stuff. Now, if you look here, this was put up by Jonathan Cho about 2:42. About an hour ago. These are the street cams. And if you look, the police, this is City Hall. They're at every little entrance, exit. They have the police in the streets. And where's the other one? There you have the road blocked in front of City Hall down there in Seattle. And I think we got one more up here. So we're gonna take you there in a minute. I want to see what my last post was before we go down there. Here is one of the pastors that was there, Russell B. Johnson. Listen to this. You know what? It's 17 minutes. He's urging people that go out today at City Hall that are on the right side of history just to be on the steps for prayer at 5 p.m. This is after the mayor vilified Christian, called them fascist, called them extreme right wing, because they share family values. They share the hopes that someday we can get back to a nuclear family. All things that if you're in your Bible, you should be praying for as well. I pulled this up. This was the city council meeting. Let's see where we're at here. Let me hit play here so you can see an idea. I don't know if all the crazies are in there, because Seattle's always crazy.
Would have been through all of those public commenters. There looks like 2 people left, and order has been restored in chambers.
Second.
Oh, so they got shut down. Hold on. That's interesting. Trying to find where it got shut down at.
Cops is making a difference in West Precinct. I work with Captain Brown in the West Precinct. Bike cops, bike cops, bike cops. It's making a difference. It allows the flex, allows to go after these drug markets, whether it's in Belltown and other locations. It's also helpful in terms of why we have a safe Seattle center, and in the areas that are
on parties of the billionaires, and we need to build a new party for working people. We need to build a mass movement of working and oppressed people in order to fight back against the billionaires.
They're all
and,
white. They're
fight
all
for
white.
things like Medicare for all. If anybody in this room today wants to build this fight, you should join Workers Strike Back today. Thank you.
Speaker 6.
Kathy Moore. Who do the landlords pay? Kathy Moore. Who needs to be thrown out? Kathy Moore.
Failure to comply with council rules is disruptive and delaying the orderly progress of this meeting, and your outbursts are interrupting the time that other people will have to speak in our limited hour.
Speaker 6.
All right, good afternoon, council members. My name is Alex Olson. I'm a renter in the U District, and I'm a member of Workers Strike Back. I'm here again for the third time in the last week to speak in the strongest possible terms against any repealing of renters' rights or of the ethics code. To even consider an attack on renters' rights when Seattle faces a growing housing and homelessness crisis is not just
across the state of Washington and maximize the profits of corporate landlords. These Democrat politicians are openly trying to roll back the ethics laws to pave the way for
Good afternoon. My name is Sabrulib Morgan. I am a low-income renter, tenant, intersex disabled renter. I oppose the rollback of the ethics rules because it will betray and hurt us.
Of protections that renters have here.
Go to latest. Just seeing if we have anything updated. Let me go back over here and see if there's any live streams outside really quick. Filters. I don't see anything there. What's this? Live from Seattle City Hall. See what's going on outside.
I ordered 200 hand-forged knives to my dorm room and built a
it's supposed to get pretty exciting down there today. So let's see what's going on here. Let's skip this. Let's hit play.
To launch this campaign with us at that national Zoom meeting, and then come out on Wednesday also to talk about how to get organized. And of course, we'll also be mobilizing next Tuesday back to City Hall right here, same time, same place, 1 p.m. next Tuesday to fight back against this attack on renters' rights. The council is going to be voting to shred the ethics law on that day on Tuesday. So we should all mobilize back here next week at 1 p.m. to fight back against that. Can I get a show of hands? Who here can come back next week at 1 p.m. to City Hall?
All of them. They don't
Can
have
anyone
jobs.
talk to a friend or a coworker or a family member and invite them as well? Great. And who here can come to that National Day of Action on Saturday, May 31st, down at Westlake Park at noon? Great. Who here is a member of Workers Strike Back? Great. Is there anyone here who is interested and wants to become a member today? Fantastic.
That guy's wearing a
Workers
skirt.
Strike Back members, can you make sure, and feel free to come up to me as well, but yeah, sign up as a member today. We need you involved. We need to grow this movement, to grow our power. The more people that we have organized, the more we can defend against these attacks and go on the offensive to win. Thanks, everyone. Who's anti-trans? SPD. Who's anti-trans? AOP. Who's anti-trans? SPD. Who's anti-trans? GOP. 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 Stop the Republicans and Democrats. We need a party of the working class. Stop the Republicans and Democrats. We need a party of the working class. Stop the Republicans and Democrats. We need a party of the working class. Stop the Republicans and Democrats. We need a party of the working class. Stop the Republicans and Democrats. We need a party of the working class. Stop the Republicans and Democrats. We need a party of the working class.
What's going on today? Why is everybody
USA is hosting a tour called hashtag Don't Mess With Our Kids. You can read it on their website what their declarations are. Their declarations are to end gay marriage, to end trans quote-unquote ideology, to make it so that you can't get an abortion if you need to. They're anti-choice. You can read it all on their website. It's what they want. They're proud about it. So we're here saying it's fucked up. I want to be able to marry my boyfriend one day. I want to be able to marry my trans boyfriend one day. So these guys don't want that.
I will never understand that, and I'll get back to that. But so if you're a trans man, that means you're a female pretending to be a man. He wants to marry a trans man, which means he wants to marry a female that's pretending to be a man. I don't get it. I don't get it. I just don't get it.
And I love him too much to not say something about it. But he's not here right now because ICE has been picking up people at random, including U.S. citizens, and they've been just not really giving a crap about due process or anything. So we're standing up to the rise of a fascist government in front of our eyes. That's what we're here for. That's what we're doing.
Thank you. Hey, you know what's going on today? Okay.
I know the streets is blocked off and there ain't no buses going. I had to walk from Harvard down the truck. That's crazy.
No peace. No peace. No peace.
So that's that there. We'll see if we'll come back to that here in a minute. One thing I just noticed while that video was going on is, remember, the mayor committed not only slander when he said that this was a fascist group, a group of extremists. Well, interestingly enough, that group that hosted that has now secured a lawyer, a pretty big lawyer in Seattle. And it says this right here. It says, Pastor Russell Johnson and The Pursuit have hired a high-powered Seattle law firm, Ellis Lee McKinstry, for potential litigation against Mayor Bruce Harrell and the city. Harrell and the city of accused of prematurely ending a peaceful Christian concert over the weekend at Cal Anderson Park, and then victim blaming concert goers for the Antifa violence and chaos. This is, I hope they win. I hope they win. This is it. Dear Mayor Harrell, I represent The Pursuit, a local Christian church led by Pastor Russell Johnson. On Saturday, May 24th, members of The Pursuit engage in a religious worship, a protected religious worship at that, at Cal Anderson Park at a legally permitted event. The event was shut down early by the city of Seattle following violent protests that resulted in injuries to police officers. The city's early shutdown of Saturday's event constituted an illegal heckler's veto, for which we are actively considering legal action. It says in Meineke versus City of Seattle, 99F 4th 514, a case where our firm was involved. A federal appellate court directed that an injunction be issued against the city after SPD enforced a heckler's veto. The court said the city's enforcement actions against Meineke are content-based hecklers' vetoes. Our precedent on this point is clear. The prototypical heckler's video case is one which the government silences particular speech or particular speakers due to an anticipated disorderly or violent reaction of the audience. That Santa Monica nativity scene, and it goes through all these different course cases. I think this is wonderful. I'll tell you what, I think this is what we need to do. I won't say that churches are cowards, but many of them are cowards and don't fight for what's right. Let's see.
When we win something like that, something so big.
Push this up right
For
here.
liking and subscribing, and the people that are commenting.
Okay, yeah, there's nothing going on there. The violence is supposed to happen in like, I think they're meeting at 4, so we're about 2 minutes away from this. Check this out. You guys, nobody likes this cuck boy. He's always trying to dox people and everything else. But this one, I'm surprised he hasn't deleted yet. Take a listen to this.
Star athlete in school, basketball player. She also recently joined the Air Force. Chances are, if you live in northern Texas, you've already heard this story, but this needs to be out there so the person can be found. This is 18-year-old Ava Moore, star athlete in school, basketball player. She also recently joined the Air Force. Whole life ahead of her. And this weekend, she was on Grapevine Lake in northern Texas. She was in a kayak when a jet ski that was ridden by 2 women ran her over and killed her. And to make matters even worse, the woman who was operating that jet ski fled the scene shortly after the accident. So as I understand it, they ran her down, and then people pulled Ava from the water and were trying to administer life-saving measures. While that was happening, the female passenger remained to speak with first responders, but the operator of the jet ski allegedly fled the scene in a car with an adult man. The pair then struck a vehicle as they were leaving the area, per the news release. Grapevine Police Department is investigating the automotive incident. The suspect and the man allegedly abandoned the car at the cobblestone apartments at Ruth Wall and Turner Road. And now they are out there and they don't know who they are. Now, you would think because the passenger stayed, she would tell police, like, well, her name is such and such. But they released an image trying to identify and find the woman, which leads me to believe that perhaps the girl who was the passenger had just met her there at the lake. It was like, hey, get on, take a ride with me, and maybe only knew her first name or something like that. So this is the woman that was allegedly driving that jet ski. This is the woman that police are looking to identify.
So he wouldn't have posted this video if he would have known. He is anti-Trump. He is anti-America. He is open borders. And he does videos trying to dox conservatives all the time. Check this out. The person has been caught and arrested and is an illegal alien woman from Venezuela. Take a look at this video from the event.
En el carro que se la monta y le toma foto a las placas, porfa.
El carro de ella, amor. Date el carro de ella.
Abrí la cajuela, Luis. Nadie va a venir encima tuyo. Que Alejandra, mala. Se fue mal. No sé.
Vámonos.
Vamos, las placas del carro de este enfrente. Las placas del carro.
Hey, cálmate, ya va.
La policía aquí ve. Pero ya va. Ya ella va a tomar. ¿Cómo va a tomar si está diciendo que se va a escapar? No mames.
So, anyways, that person is illegal from Venezuela. She has been caught. And again, I didn't know illegal aliens committed crimes, but I just found that out today. I thought they were only here to pick vegetables. While American citizens can be suffering and people are still dealing with the effects of the Biden economy and getting caught up on their bills from that administration. If you come over illegally, you're on lakes jet skiing and stuff. I think that's interesting. So that person has been arrested. I think there was another post down here. Hold on. There was a post of where'd it go? Maybe it's underneath this one. Let me see, because I didn't have no comments on that one. There was a post, I don't have it up right now, but of the police walking her as she's being arrested. And I think that there it is right here. So there she is. And so that person is now facing a lot of criminal charges. And hopefully after those charges and those times served, a free trip back home. A free trip back home. Check this out. ICE and FBI have raided the island of Nantucket, resulting in the arrest of 12 illegal aliens. I voted for this. Check this out. But wait, there's more. I think we got another one over here. Exactly what I voted for. This one here, New Orleans. Tells me they conducted, ICE New Orleans tells me they conducted a worksite enforcement operation at a construction worksite in the area. When ICE officers got there, several construction workers ran through the construction worksite, and some even attempted to hide by climbing trees. In total, 15 illegal aliens from Nicaragua, El Salvador, Guatemala, and Honduras were arrested during this multi-agency operation. Guess what, guys? There's your answer. We keep crying that all these people that are able-bodied are going to, and not working, are getting kicked off Medicaid. That's what the left has been saying. 3.4 million people are going to lose Medicaid because of work requirements. Well, we're opening up jobs for them. Maybe they'll have to work hard. Oh, well, it's not a free ride here in the United States. And there's your answer to this. How about this one? Livingston Parish, Louisiana. Last month, Clyder Enrique Garcia Ochoa was arrested for indecent behavior with a juvenile and computer-aided solicitation of a minor. He's in an immigration detainer hold. The sheriff's office identified Garcia Ochoa as a Venezuelan national and known TDA gang member. It's got to be just a coincidence that today we're reporting that these people commit crimes, because I'm telling you, I hear all the time from legacy media that these people don't commit crimes. I don't know what's going on here. And speaking of the Border Patrol, you probably didn't hear about this over the last 4 years. Donald Trump said, I have just signed a proclamations for the United States Border Patrol celebrating their 101st anniversary. Shockingly, President Biden and the Democrats refused to celebrate and honor them, and therefore would not sign a proclamation celebrating this great achievement and all they have done for this country. So last year was 100th anniversary, the birthday, but 100th anniversary, and you didn't hear anything, no proclamation or anything, because they demonized Border Patrol. Now, let's go back here really quick. I'm looking at what time it is. We got time. Go back here really quick and see if anything's popping off in Seattle, or if anything new. I'm just seeing if anything new has popped up that's worth it, and then we're going to get over to the live stream and see if anything's updated on the live stream there. That's funny. Like, this needs to be talked about. House Republicans request ban on federally funded transgender animal experiments in 2026. We don't need to experiment on them. We see what happens to them out in the streets. We know. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything. Let's see. Nothing new there. Let's go over and see if we find anything going on in the live stream here. No, this person's just walking around Seattle. Let's see. Rattle in Seattle. Christians are under attack. That's Lance Wall now. That's not live. Let's see what this one is.
Hey, cafe racers. Motocross.
What's your stickers about? You have stickers?
Is anybody wanted to see what I can find out? Yeah, what's your name? I'm gonna write that down. Thank you. So I'll let you know if I find anything else out. But yeah, I'm trying to keep my people safe too. Obviously, all this shit. People are fucking scared. I'm not. I ride a motorcycle. That's my bike right there.
Tough guy rides a motorcycle.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what a media check-in? She said I have to go to a different entrance.
Apparently, no media are allowed in there unless they're with the church. So Matt Shea, do you know who Matt Shea is? You should find out, man. His last name is spelled S-H-E-A, and he is the head pastor of On Fire Ministries. They're the people that put on the event on Saturday. Sure. I've been tracking these people for like 10 years. I know a lot about them. This Shea guy used to be a member of the Washington State Legislature, okay? And he was removed for engaging in domestic terrorism. Yeah. So he's the one that heads all this up. Okay.
Okay, keep going. I'm recording.
Yeah, so that's the situation. This event is being held by On Fire Ministries and another group, I guess they call themselves Pursuit, and that's led by Matt Shea, who's a domestic terrorist. So 6 members of the Seattle Police Department were also found. There's Cho.
Oh, Jonathan's on the scene.
I remember you, motherfucker.
So that interesting. They're not letting media, and that's an event. That's pretty. Oh, so they're filtering their own media coverage.
They're not letting any media in unless the media are with the church.
Yeah.
So Matt Shea also has like a podcast.
So
he's sort of a media dude.
Yeah. So they're pretty much filtering their own media podcasts.
Yeah, that's exactly what they're doing. They're preventing anybody from covering the event who is not part of the church. So, they don't want people to know what's being said in there. They're trying to keep that quiet.
So maybe I should just tell them I'm part of the church. What church are they part of? Maybe they might
On Fire Ministries.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tell them you're on fire. You're with On Fire Ministries. They should let you in.
All right.
I think I'm going to do that.
I tried to join, but they wouldn't let me.
I think I might infiltrate from the other side.
See if Jonathan's live over there. That's funny. There's Jonathan. He starts taking pictures. All these Antifa doxers, like they still try to dox even though there's nothing left to dox. He was there. Oh my gosh. Let's see. There we go. See if he's live. I don't see anything. See if there's a Frontlines channel, because I know he's part of the Turning Point USA. Let's do this. Live from City Hall. The City Hall live channel's not up. Nope. Let's go back to this one over here and see if anything's changed. Completely normal people.
Mark over here. That shit is a Christian fascist. You want the biblical, what is it? The biblical justification for war, right?
When was the last time you fed somebody who was hungry?
Oh yeah, we're causing a lot of pain. I live here. Ben, where do you live? Where do you know where
Not
you
the
live?
fuck
Man?
here.
Oh, you guys don't live here. No, you invaded our community. You're invading our community. And you're making a bunch.
He doesn't care about the illegals invading our country, though. Just if you're a Christian and you're in his community, that's what he's worried about.
About our community. No, it's pretty
I go to
fucking
church.
weird.
I am a Christian.
I don't go to your
and
community.
I'm gay. You're fucked up for hating. That's all I'm gonna say.
We'll throw a
Jesus
concert in
loves.
Spokane next.
Jesus.
We'll come to
loves.
Yakima. We'll show your kids a good time. We'll show all the team, everybody a good time.
Hey, can you say that again?
Hi.
Camera.
Did you say you'll show the kids a good time?
Expose your agenda. You just expose
Show the kids a good
your
time.
agenda to the camera. Agenda to the camera. Because you just said it.
These people look perfectly
You just said it.
normal
That'd
to
make
me.
a great Fox News clip. I'm sure it would. I don't. Hey, Katie, some more followers. That'd be great.
Hey, this where you go with the On Fire Ministries?
Kiss this flag and I'll go home. No, I don't want to. No, I don't. No, sorry. I didn't. Kiss this flag and I'll go home. Yeah, kiss this flag and I'll go home.
No, I'm not asking you. I'm just. This group was all together. I wanted to stay together.
Hi. So, hey, can you get me in? I want to see what's going on inside of the church.
Yeah, just one more.
What's that?
I mean, the last thing you want to do is look at the conservative man. Like,
Great. Thanks, Steven.
why don't?
Fuck your white shoes.
I don't know. Maybe I should just stay out here. This might be where the real content
Yes,
is.
that is where the real content is. And put your camera down. There you go.
I don't know. What you guys think? Should I go in or should I stay out here?
Yeah. And thank you. I want to go in there. Yeah, we're just trying to get all our staff and volunteers and our attendees, and then we'll go from there. Yeah.
Are you media too? You want to go in there?
No, I'm a local, bro. Local bouncer from Capitol Hill. God bless America. That's what I have to say. God bless America and all of our rights. Even people that I disagree with, like, I honestly don't have a problem with people having their opinions and expressing their freedom of speech. That's what America's about. You know, that's really what it's about. And I think that's what the left is missing the most of, is there's so much anger and just anger being spewed from that side. It's hard for anybody to have a conversation and come to any kind of middle ground. I think that's why Trump won. Honestly, you saw a lot of people swing center right because we're tired of fighting all the time, man. To be honest with you, people that have kids and are working families are just struggling to survive, and we're just tired of fighting everybody all the time. You know, live and let live a little bit. I think that
that must be so hard for you.
Just because somebody's a Christian. It's exactly what I'm talking about.
Put it on him. Put it on him, babe. Put it on him, babe. Come on. Put it on him, babe.
You're going to get me a ton of content too. You have no idea why. But this is what I'm talking about. This guy is mad at me, and I try to have a conversation with him. So I have a cousin who does
This
drag.
guy's
and I
mad
just
at
thought
me.
about
I
him
love
who
it.
does drag. It is what it is. Like, okay, I'll call you one of the best if you like it. Yeah. Well, honestly, I appreciate the fact that American people could do that without getting thrown from the building because they're gay or whatever, you know? That's what America's about. Live and let live a little bit. We don't have to be this aggressive to each other. We can really have conversations without getting to this level. But honestly, that's why Trump won. People are just tired of fighting all the time, you know? Do you have any more questions?
No, that's awesome. Thank you. So you have a YouTube channel or anything?
It's called American Bouncers.
American Bouncers? All right, I'll subscribe. I'm Eric the Dream Giver. You want to take a picture?
The Dream Giver? Nice to meet you, bro. I appreciate talking to you. I'm a local too, so.
All right,
Born and raised here.
maybe you can collaborate again.
Yeah, man, I'm up in Capitol Hill every week, and I stream from Thursday to Sunday night when we're working. We work at Cultura and a couple other spots in Capitol Hill.
Oh, yeah.
Appreciate you talking to me and treat me like a human.
Trans women are autogynephiles. Autogynephilia is 92.5% of trans-identified males. Trans is perversion. Women have a right to sex-separated spaces. Castrating children is evil. Castrating children is evil. Autogynephile? Are you sure about that? Sir? Really upset. Does the truth hurt? Trans-identified males are autogynephiles. What if someone was a fucking You're a transvestite.
Go away!
Yes, you are ACP. Yes, you are.
Being attacked for free speech.
Hell, you shit stain!
God is Lord. Autogynephilia is raging, sir.
Maybe this is where the real content is. I was want to go inside and see what's going on. What? You just get triggered. I know.
Trans women are autogynephiles. Trans ideology is evil. Man, you do not get fired! You are a raging autogynephile, sir! Okay, Maddie.
I have a feeling it's going to be really crazy, especially as the sun goes down tonight.
I'm not going to respect a man with gyne capacity and to think he's a woman, sir. This city can hear me right now, baby. It's the United States of America. Freedom of speech. Trans-identified males are autogynephiles. Your ideology is evil.
You are holding up. You are coming down. You are turning everyone away from God. We hate God. You are a big God.
You know where the media check in at? Go get in a burning Cybertruck! And didn't Elon Musk name his kid X so he doesn't have to have a gender? What? Elon Musk named his kid X so he doesn't have to have a gender. You did. Were you here for that discussion that you had like a few years ago about why he named his kid X?
Honestly, I really don't give a shit about Musk.
Well, I don't know. A lot of people a lot of trans people are against Musk, even though I think Musk had historically had a good supporter of transgender issues.
You are all complicit in your church's cover-ups of child sexual abuse.
Stop abusing children now! Stop abusing children now! Stop abusing children now! Stop abusing!
Stop behind the barrier with the other fucking. Fuck you! Get the fuck out of here! Go back in your barrier! You're not part of the community! You're a fucking hypocrite!
Might be that. I don't know. Somebody just handed me.
Every one of us is behind the barrier!
I know, with your nasty mouth! Trump!
If you're on the side of the cops, you're not on the side of the queers.
If you're on this
Stop abusing children now!
Did I give y'all one of my stickers?
Fuck you! Get out of my
Genocide told me, how could you do that? That's that guy.
Where'd the volume go? Let's see.
Oh, you can go up, but I can't?
Yeah, now I don't even know why. Okay. I really don't even know why. These aren't even I know conservatives, and these aren't conservatives. Oh, yeah. No, they don't want to.
A little bit, yeah.
Okay.
So what's the problem?
Like, I don't even know. Conservatives really aren't. I'm not a
Isn't the hypocrisy funny that you can't come from outside of Seattle to stand for
Jesus
Christian
never said you
values,
can't
but you
fucking
can
drink
come from
alcohol.
Venezuela and get everything for free, and they're okay
You
with
drank
that?
wine. You fucking drank blood in the wine.
You're part of the group.
So what's the problem?
Well, you smell like you've been drinking. Probably not a good idea.
It doesn't look like a family event.
I mean, this is not the thing, you know. I mean, you could be out here.
I would be perfectly fine inside.
Well, we don't
That's what I was trying to do. And then fucking these people are fucking betting people.
just because we're just trying to keep it you know. But you can hear it right from the
No, I want to see it.
You'll be able to see it too. You'll be able to see it. The pastor will be speaking and the music you'll be able to hear. We got 20 some audio. The whole city will go.
So why can't I go in?
Stop lying. You see the line? I mean, you know.
I am just by myself. All I want to do is go see it. That's all I want to do. I'm not trying to hurt anybody or fucking do anything to anybody. All I want to do is go see it.
You'll be able to see it right off here.
That doesn't work. That doesn't work.
We might let y'all off, you know? We have live stars, you know what I'm saying?
You guys are crazy.
Get me put out of the shelter with some shit. They ended up.
When is when are you guys going like the media in?
Only if you have a swastika tattooed on you.
What?
They're only letting you in if you have a swastika tattooed on you.
Is that what it is? I don't even have tattoos.
Oh, you're not getting in.
The last time I seen her, she was wearing a backpack and she's still wearing a backpack.
Yeah, because I don't wear purses. So what? I don't like purses. Whoa, I thought.
You don't even like yourself.
Look, I have that same shirt he does. Say we the people.
I do love myself.
No, you don't.
Because I like how real I am.
Let me know when the violence. Let me know the violence. I'm gonna leave. Where is baby Jesus at? Somebody lie. Where is baby Jesus?
But
Everybody, please like and subscribe. Let's go. I might come back again to another protest. You guys like this?
I don't think he knows what he's in, to be honest with you.
They do have a lot, they do a lot of people there. And there are buses that replace the fucking place. And they're supposed to be in LA though, next week. So they could still get there if they're flying private. This is liquid.
Okay, it's going to be a little while till it gets excited. I'm going to get ready. We got church tonight. So, again, look forward to a live at 8 o'clock Pacific time. And if it doesn't get where it's worth an entire live, I will cover it on our morning show in the morning. I want to say thank you for everybody who's tuned in. Again, thank you so much. If you haven't followed the channel, if you're not subscribed, please subscribe now. And once again, we are heading to DC in 2 weeks and need help on funding your donations. We are 100% viewer funded. If you guys want to help out, we will be in DC for the military parade that's triggering the hell out of the left right now. You can donate at Venmo at Oreo Josh, Cash App $Oreo Army, givesendgo.com/Oreo 2024. And if you do online banking and want to do a Zelle transfer, we have that link on our website at theoreoexpress.com. And you can, on our homepage, if you scroll down, it'll be a donate now button. We appreciate you. We can't do it without you guys, and we will see you guys soon. Thanks again for tuning in, and make sure your notifications are on. You'll never know when we'll be live. So you guys take care.
I hear every day about the products you all wish MyPillow carried. Well, guess what? We probably do. Slippers, bathrobes, pet beds, blankets, mattresses, sleepwear, loungewear, duvets, comforters, pot holders, aprons, oven mitts, and so much more. And they're all on sale. For example, get our best-selling standard MyPillows for only $14.98. Body pillows, $29.98. 6-piece bath towels or kitchen towel sets, just $29.98. Multi-use MyPillow 2.0s with pillowcase, $9.98. Save $40 on our Spring Percale and Giza Dream bedsheet sets. Any size, any color, and so much more. So go to MyPillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use your promo code to save up to 80% on all MyPillow products. And I've never done this before. When you spend $100 or more, you're going to get 2 standard MyPillows absolutely free.
Well, hop aboard the Oreo Express, where truth don't hide and we don't second guess. Unapologetic, we're bold and we're loud, shining light on the left shady crowd. Oreo Express, rolling down the track, exposing the lies, ain't no turning back. Conservative fire, we're speaking the truth. At Oreo Express, this one's for you. So grab your boots, let's take a stand for freedom, faith, and the heart of this land. Oreo Express, let's roll, let's go. So grab your boots, let's take a stand for freedom, faith, and the heart of this land. Oreo Express, let's roll.